So I just got out of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, or Aquaman 2, and yeah, I haven't got my microphone equipment, so I hope this sounds okay. But yeah, this one is once again directed by James Wan, and I've literally just got out of the cinema, I've seen it. You've got returning cast such as like Jason Momoa, Amber Heard, Patrick Wilson. Do you want access to early videos you won't ever see here onto the channel? Well, click the link down below in the description box today and join my Patreon with memberships only starting from £1 per month. You get so much extra stuff and it costs less than one coffee per day. And I'd also like to give a quick thank you to all my awesome patrons who help to really support the channel and who are also reaping all these benefits, so join them today. Basically, the plot is pretty much simple here. Black Manta is wanting his revenge on Aquaman. He finds this kind of substance called orichalcum to heat up the planet, and basically his idea is basically just to kill Aquaman. That is kind of long story short of the plot here. Going into it, I'll be honest, wasn't really excited just simply because of the whole state of the DC. This movie felt redundant. Like, how was it going to play into like James Gunn's DC? Was it not going to play in? And which I believe it was first announced. It wasn't going to be playing into James Gunn's new DCEU, you know, whatever kind of scenario. So yeah, that is kind of like the expectations going into it. And kind of come out of the cinema, I'm going to be honest, there's two different thought patterns on this, right? If you take your kids to see this, you take this movie for what it is, don't even think of it being kind of like redundant. If you like the first one, where it's like kind of just very colourful, vibrant, kind of just like, you know, different kind of superhero movie, I think you'll enjoy it on that terms of level. Like, if you just take it for what it is, because overall, this is just like a non-stop superhero action movie. Like, it is absolutely non-stop. It is literally kind of no time to breathe whatsoever. It's just kind of like action scene one after another, after another, after another. So in that aspect, if you like that kind of thing with superhero movies, you probably find this to be a good time, you know? Like, so on that level, I guess it kind of works for some people. However, with that said, in terms of like, if you really think about this movie and the fact that it is kind of redundant, even with the one post-credit scene, which links to absolutely no other like DC project or anything whatsoever, it's just something like stupid and daft, I'll be honest. You can kind of completely miss it. There is some absolutely awful CG here. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Now, again, I know you can kind of say that's kind of cartoony because it's an underwater world. So to some aspects, you can kind of forgive it because, of course, an underwater world, you have to have CGI, right? So that's fine. But there is some that's like really, really bad, to the point where it's not even in particular, like, say, like an underwater scene. It's even if it's on like just like a surface level scene, it's pretty darn bad, right? So you kind of take that for what it is. Also, for anyone who's wondering about Amber Heard, now she is in this movie, and I was wondering, well, are they going to limit her screen time? What they're going to do? She is actually in the movie quite a bit, and I will say the scenes that she is in, which is quite a few of them, at least it's relevant. Like, the whole point is like she's there, whether it's for the child, because of course in the trailer it teases that they had a kid, and they do have a kid. And she's there to like fight in the battle scenes and stuff like that. There's no like actual individual scene of her specifically like by herself, which I feel like in the original run, where you see in the trailer where like Arthur Curry's spending time with his now child, there probably would have been some scenes where she was with the child as well. But because of the whole kind of controversial thing that I'm not going to get into, they've probably cut some of those scenes out. It kind of felt like it was kind of going for like a bigger, bolder aspect. And in that aspect, there was times where I felt like this was really colourful, really vibrant, like really bolder, which was, you know, kind of cool to see. But ultimately, the non-stop action for me, it was nice to see, but there's just so much of it to the fact that like no one really gets a chance to kind of just have a bit calm down moment, kind of a little bit time to just kind of like take in what you've been getting and just have time to like really care about the characters, because this movie just wants to throw every single thing it's got in its arsenal like at you and just want you to be like, oh yeah, you're mesmerized, and you forget all the bad CG, you forget about all about the so simple storytelling to the point where it's like it brings nothing fresh whatsoever, like at all. It's like so predictable. You know where it's going to end. You know exactly like plot beat by beat where this is going to go. But ultimately, I can't say to you guys that, you know, this was flat out horrible or anything like that. I've seen a lot of worse superhero movies. I'm sure we've all seen a lot worse superheroes. But at the same time, it's definitely absolutely nothing to rave home about. It was meh. That's the best way I can explain this. So Aquaman and Lost Kingdom, for me, I'm going to give it 2 out of 5 stars. Have you seen it? Are you going to check it out? Or do you not even care about this? To be honest, if you didn't care, I wouldn't really blame you. But let me know down below in the comment section what you think. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't by clicking the red button down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys. I'll be seeing you later.